I didn't like tonight's meeting at all. It was definitely the worst meeting I've had at Right Choice. Might be one of the top 3 worst meetings I've had since I've been in real estate. We lost structure in the meeting tonight. It started out really well. Going over the wins and losses was a good start. I was really impressed with Brian this week. He's doing a lot for himself on so many different facets of his life. Not quitting smoking yet, but that's hopefully coming. He keeps saying soon, but I tell him soon isn't how you quit smoking. It's now. But after that initial start, the meeting dragged. It took long. We had people talking over other people. It was more of I think Jocelyn in her box confession said we need one-on-ones once in a while. I like the open, transparent at the table, but a lot of the conversation that was had at this meeting was not conversation to be had during a meeting. It was too personal. If they wanted to have those, they should have been here earlier in the social hour and discuss those things while we're eating Joe's phenomenal soup instead of doing it over other people during a business meeting. So I didn't like that. It was not a good meeting. It was awesome. It's the same thing I've said since day one I got here. Seeing Joe go over everything with Brian one-on-one, showing him everything he knows, everything he's been taught from people who do those things. He's not a dietitian, but he's dealt with them. He's gone on the journey, and pointing him in the right direction is the same thing he does for all of us, just in different ways. He's done things one-on-one for me with the systems. He's doing great things with Brian, and Brian's taking them in, which is really good to see. I enjoyed it, but during the meeting while that was happening, I just, because he wasn't speaking to me and I could kind of listen and reflect on it, I really thought this is what people can see that he does different is he genuinely cares about not just how many houses Brian's going to sell, although that is obviously what he does care for, but he cares for more personal things with him and all of us, not just Brian. And that's different, and it's very much appreciated by at least myself, and I'm sure Brian and the others as well. My mentality with big decisions can be one of 2 ways. I'm a very analytical person, so for example, coming to this brokerage, I wanted to think about a couple things, go over positives and negatives, but when it's something like smoking or anything like that completely changes your life, extends it, and it's stupid to be doing in the first place, I'm not one to try and prolong those big decisions. I'm one to say, this needs to be done. Let's do this now. It's the same as when I was slacking on my fitness and my health. It wasn't, okay, I'm going to maybe try and do a little bit here, and then next week I'll do a little. It's like, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to dive in. We're going head first in the deep end, sink or swim kind of mentality on that. Under promise, over deliver is a powerful and very, very relevant phrase in real estate. I see it everywhere. I've had buyers and sellers who previously had agents, and they give me stories of how they were told this and got this, and it's far too common. It shouldn't be in practice, but it's not just real estate. It's everything in your life. If you are going to promise something and give your word on it, you better be able to back it up. And that was something that Brian did twice at the meeting today. Was he made sure when he was asked a question on that, he didn't extend himself to overpromise. And the second one was going off of last week's contacts and everything. He didn't promise he was getting X amount, but he went over what was expected of him, and so he did the opposite. He over delivered off of that. So very, very common and very important to understand and not do, especially in real estate. Business-minded people, being your circle of people that you're around, makes a huge impact, not just on your business, but on your life as a whole. Because when someone's business-minded, it's that whole mentality of that person is generally very positive. They're very supportive people, and they also push you. They never want to stop being better. If you're better than them, they're not the type that's going to tear you down for doing it. They're going to say, okay, you're doing this, that's awesome, I need to do something like this. Or if they do something that works, they want to help you find that for yourself. So it helps professionally, it helps with all of your business, but it helps me anyways very mentally. Help me stay on track with what I want to do. It's easy to group with those people and talk about things and go over, do your critical thinking. You're not really thinking unless you're saying it out loud to somebody else. That's when we really start to think. So when you have those people and you can get those people around you, that's where you're going to come out on top with all of your best ideas, your best work, and just overall feel better. Tennis is fun. I've never really played it. I've always had a tennis racket I got from Walmart when I was a kid, but I've never actually done it. I think I went to a school once in a while as a kid and just hit the tennis ball off the wall. But playing here with Joe, Matthew, I have a few friends that are big tennis people. They've been talking about it a lot because we don't have baseball this year, so they've been playing it much more than normal. And my girlfriend as well, we have a court right behind her house, so we've gone over there a couple times. And it's more fun. It's definitely hard on the knees when you get moving, and she'll get me chasing balls around, so it's not easy, but it's been a lot of fun. Just got my new racket in and gripped it, so I'm excited to play some more of it. And especially with the brokerage, it's kind of fun to still be with the same people that we're with every day doing our work things, but have a little break together as we're doing it.